Gap 3 is known as the delivery gap or the employee gap. And this is when the organization has talked to the guests and they know what they want, and they've even designed the service delivery system to provide the guest with those things that they found out. However, unfortunately, our employees aren't meeting those needs. And this can happen for a number of reasons. Maybe our employees are untrained, we have employees that are in the wrong position, they're unwilling to do their job even though they're capable of it. Maybe your management is not observing. We talked again about how failures of employee behaviors ultimately come back to leadership and management not doing their job, or even just a lack of knowledge of maybe what they're doing wrong or inconsistently. And then an example of this is an employee has to wash their hands after going to the restroom. They have to wash their hands in between washing ready-to-eat foods and not ready-to-eat foods. And then maybe they don't wash their hands. Maybe they feel like they don't have enough time, or their stations aren't very good, or whatever the case may be. And so they don't do what the policy actually states of washing their hands, and then people get sick with norovirus. Another example of this, I see this all the time at grocery stores when baggers will put raw meats with your vegetables because they're never trained in foodborne pathogens and illnesses between ready-to-eat foods and not ready-to-eat foods. And so even though the grocery store has delivered it or set it up so that meats go in one bag and vegetables would go in another, maybe there wasn't enough training or education of employees so that they don't create this gap. So the best way to prevent Gap 3 is basically through our human resources processes. Things like hiring the right people, training them, having good management walking around, developing the processes so that they can succeed. So if the problem is that the employees don't want to wash their hands all the time because it's hard to get to the station to wash their hands, maybe providing them an extra washing hand station so that they can wash their hands more conveniently, easily, and frequently to prevent Gap 3.